Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say, a ruddy drop of manly blood, the surging sea outweighs. The world uncertain comes and goes, the lover rooted stays, Rob.
Something Ulysses, I'm assuming.
That's actually a poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
We got him good today. We got Rob good today.
Honestly, it sounded like the first part was just sounded like Ross mumbling, so I really had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
A ruddy drop of manly blood, surging sea outweighs.
Thanks for the beautiful piece of literature.
I like it. It goes on from there. I won't recite the entire thing. But
thank you. On behalf of everyone.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, burns, and stanzas in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are exploring post-ban Pioneer today. We're all tied up. We're playing for the marbles here.
Everything on the line.
Yeah. Finishing up with what is sure to be a very grindy matchup, definitely something that is going to return to the Pioneer stage after, a long time of playing these combo decks against each other.
Yep.
This game is going to be very attrition-oriented. As we said before the break, Corey is playing Azorius Control.
Yep.
I am playing 5-color Niv to Light. Definitely two decks I am expecting to see perform well this weekend in this first slate of tournaments. Two very powerful archetypes that were among the best decks in the format before Theros Beyond Death, and that's sort of our starting point. And both have new tools over the last 3 sets, I guess, have come out since then.
Yeah,
you're playing Shark Typhoon. That's a really nice thing from Ikoria. I have actually, does this deck have new cards? What set is Extinction Event from?
Ikoria.
What?
Ikoria.
It's from Ikoria. I'm playing Extinction Event, which is, we saw how good of a sweeper was out of the Sultai deck. That's the sweeper choice in this deck as well. So both decks, that's marginal improvements, I would say, for both decks.
Yeah, I got ECDs. Are pretty nice. So, yeah.
Theros Beyond Death. And that's a card that I think is going to be quite good, whereas before it was basically unplayable.
It was, yeah. I mean, against all the combo decks, like you could hit the Jace the turn they played it, but normally you would start with Inverter, so it didn't really do anything there. It did absolutely nothing to the Breach deck, but ECD against just what Pioneer is coming out to be. Just imagine that card against like Chonky Red, which may come back or whatever.
And this matchup too is hitting Planeswalker, is hitting a Niv Mizzet and getting some value out of it to keep up in that card advantage fight.
Last match hitting Uros, I mean.
Uros in my deck too. Yeah.
Exactly. First match hitting Crackling Drakes, hitting Sorens, hitting Champion of Dust. I think ECD is going to be a card that is going to go way up in value, in my opinion. And that's one of my favorite cards. Just a card in white that doesn't normally get card advantage, but it's a very weird way to get card advantage, and it plays out really cool. One of my favorite cards from Theros. I will say one of my favorite cards has been printed in the last 2 years, even though I'm not sure if I've ever registered it. It doesn't seem like your style, but I had a blast at SCG Richmond, that's for sure.
Okay, this match is going to be long.
Yep.
We want to finish and get an actual winner and not do this tie nonsense.
Yeah, we cannot have a tie 2 days in a row on Versus Live. We need a winner here. Even if it's just going to be one game, we need to
be on the play.
All right, bring it.
I will look at my 5-land hand that can't cast either of my spells.
Welcome to Niv Mizzet, Ross. Welcome to Niv Mizzet. If you were ever a fan of mulliganing hands because they looked bad, never play Niv Mizzet because they all look bad.
Well, this hand's not even good of a hand. My 2 spells are both removal spells, which are not the best to have. I literally don't have black mana in my 5 lands.
Yeah, I think I would consider it, but I'd probably ship that one back too. So that's probably a good one. All right, I'm gonna keep mine. It needs a little bit of help. It has one glaring problem, but we're fine. The glaring problem is pretty minor compared to not being able to cast any of your spells you have. We can cast ours, so I feel all right about it. Yeah, that was a heinous hand. Niv Mizzet looks down at some crazy hands, though. Let me tell you.
The other big addition to this deck, actually, over the last 6 months, has been Triumphs. The mana base used to be pretty temple heavy, and it was more awkward. Triumphs are awesome in this deck.
Yeah, I think I played the version historic, and I was playing something like 12 of them, 12 or 13, because you have to play a ton of lands. You play Growth Spiral, Uro, and stuff to ramp you anyway, so you want a lot of lands, and yeah.
This list is playing 6.
Yeah.
Which is, a pretty high number for Pioneer, but definitely worthwhile.
Pioneer, you definitely have a lot more stuff you want to curve into.
Oh, well, I found black mana.
Okay.
And no other lands.
So I found out the quick way to get a match in.
Yes.
Just Ross returns to form.
I think we're having the third match curse this week, where we're saying this third match is going to be insane. This Tuesday, we're like, this is going to be insane. We just had 3 blowouts, and then we had one 45-minute game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and watch that if you haven't seen that yet. That should be live as of last night, and it was absurd. It was absurd. Oh, that game 4 was insane.
Yeah, it really did go about 40 minutes back and forth. There were multiple times where I thought I couldn't win. And then, drew a key Fae of Wishes.
Yeah. And I mean, there was pretty much no spot in the game where I thought I was going to lose up until like 2 turns before the end, So it was pretty crazy.
Okay, maybe a hand that can cast a spell. Oh my god, this can cast a spell.
Oh my god. I thought you were going to say, oh my god, I now have 1 mountain and all black cards.
Okay, so 100% going to be keeping this, and I think we need to keep 3 lands. So the question is what the other card we keep is going to be. Man. Actually going to re-sleeve this one. This is...
Got a bad one?
Yeah, the corner is murked up.
I think that's the first corner sleeve problem we have ever had with these katana sleeves.
Yeah.
They're that good.
And I think I can't keep the Uro because I'm not going to be able to fill my graveyard very quickly. So we'll put that back along with the removal spell.
Makes sense. Bring it on.
I will lead on a Zagoth Triome.
Okay. I will lead with an island. Pass to you.
And Fabled Passage, pass.
Fabled Passage. Nice. Okay. Now the question is, what do I want to play now? I think I just want to go land go to protect myself against whatever you're going to play.
Okay, I will find a mountain.
Okay.
There it is.
A Montagna.
Una Montagna.
Going to be a lot of draw going from my side, that's for sure. Just wholesome magic right there. Just some wholesome draw go magic. A mountain, huh? All right, so you now need white, and then you got all your colors.
Shock to play around a Censor and play Sylvan Caryatid.
Sylvan Caryatid, okay. I'm
at 18, and I will pass the turn.
All right.
And Subcycle Censor.
Yep. You got it. Okay. Then I'll play a land and say go.
Okay, I will play a Teferi. Get a counterspell out of your hand, hopefully. Actually, I guess best case is you just don't have one.
That would be a little bit better for you, but yeah, I think that's not going to happen. So I will... Just deciding which counter spell here. I think we'll just absorb it.
Okay, it brings you to 23.
Yep.
I have a tapped Temple Garden. Pass the turn.
Okay. A little bit of an unfortunate draw there. I got nothing, so I'll pass to you.
I think we just jam.
Okay.
Even though Corey has basically told me he has another counter spell. I think if I were in this situation, normally I would.
And if I didn't speak the cards I have in my hand, that would have probably been the case.
Green, white, blue, red, black.
Okay.
Bring the light.
All right. I got a veto.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. On top. Not drawing the lands we want, though, unfortunately. So I will just say go. Mana Screw usually does beat Mana Flood. Not that you're flooded, but, you're playing all your spells. Eventually, I'm going to draw lands, but you are playing a deck that just has so many haymakers that's not always the case.
Really just got to resolve one, but instead I'll draw a land and pass the turn.
All right, I'll draw a card. Untap. Draw a card. And your go.
I'm not regretting having
Actually,
played.
I'll take 2.
Brings you to 21.
Yep.
I'm regretting having played that Bring to Light, actually. I didn't do a check of how many cards were in your hand. I could have probably forced you to discard 1 by waiting a turn.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Not sure. Continuing to draw nothing but lands.
Okay, good,
But
good.
This one at least cycles.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. End step. A dig through time. Usually doing this with Inverter, and I'm looking for combo pieces. Now I'm just looking for, well, lands this time, so kind of less fun. Okay. Think I want to go like this. That wasn't great, but I want to just make sure I'm kind of doing things. So we'll put that into my hand. Put these on bottom. Now I'm probably going to have to discard. Untap. A draw. A land. And let's move to discard unless you got anything.
Nope.
Okay, your go. Done. Niv Mythical.
Blue, red, black, white, green.
I will absorb.
You
Gain
go to
3.
24.
Yep.
You can go.
All right. Untap. I'm going to play a land and you have 1 card?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go with Teferi.
Yep.
Draw. Untap. Your go. The hero we all need.
Dreadboard the Teferi.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Play a land. And I'll pass to you.
You can go.
All right, I'll make a 5/5. Shark, shark, shark. All right, present a little clock here. Draw a card. Untap. Draw a card. Get in there.
I go to 13.
Okay. Now let's cast a Teferi
Sure.
and tick up and pass to you. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, mulligan to 5, draw 10 lands or so. Not the best plan.
Not ideal, yep. And you're going to need, game 1's a little rough just because you just have haymakers and you just have to go for it. There's no waiting until I draw something to be able to play around it. Is when you have 7 cards, you just kind of got to just tap your mana and pray.
Yep.
And,
we're not answered there.
Exactly. A little tough to deal with when you only have 5 cards as well to start. So, all right, we're going to take a short break. And for the last time, we're going to head to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Azorius Control and 5-color Niv Mizzet. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between 5-color Niv Delight and Azorius Control.
Yep.
On my side, pretty obvious slate of anti-control cards here. Thoughtseize is excellent. A third or fourth copy of Voice of Resurgence against Corey's Counterspells is a really nice card here. And then 1 Rakdos' Return is another haymaker, cutting a lot of our removal in a creature-light matchup. Not a ton of targets for Abrupt Decay beyond like Baby Teferi, which isn't, super scary in this matchup, though it does shut down Bring to Light, which is why I'm trimming one of those. Normally you'd see like a Niv Mizzet get trimmed instead, because Bring to Light can be something else. But the fact that Bring to Light gets shut down by Teferi and countered by Dovin's Veto, where Niv Mizzet bypasses those 2 cards, it means that it's the better of the pair in this matchup.
Makes sense to me. Okay, so from my end, Azorius Charm and Supreme Verdict are the cards that I really wanted to get rid of, but it wasn't clear that I for sure wanted to have 0 of either of them. them, so I'm leaving in 2 of each, mostly as just a nod to I'm not sure exactly which is better. I could see leaving in like 3 Verdict, 1 Charm. I could kind of see it going any other way, but I didn't really want anything else. Kind of considering Narset and Dream Trawler in the board, and I think I would bring in Narset if I'm on the play, but on the draw, you have a decent amount of creatures that can attack it down. So this is what I want to do when I'm on the draw, and I would add some other cards and maybe take out more of these 2 cards on the play.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Shark Typhoon, just a great card in this matchup because I really do just want to be playing a instant speed game to try to just deal with whatever you do, and then when you don't, then play a Shark. Then the pressure's on, and now you have to deal with that, and then I can start sticking to fairies, stuff like that. Seems like a solid game plan.
Yeah, Shark does seem excellent in the matchup.
Yep, exactly. You know what else is excellent? Questions from our audience. Taco salad, yes, absolutely. You got any questions there for us, Rob?
All right, so random aside, I kind of hated Twitch chat earlier because somebody had mentioned tacos.
Yeah.
And we got in a conversation about tacos, and I got really hungry, and I really want tacos now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I now want tacos as well, actually. So that's every day.
I want tacos all the time. It doesn't matter what the context is.
Tacos are Ross before basketball?
yes, that sounds great.
Scuffed Scruffy wants to know, what do you think about Yorion in the Niv to Light deck?
There are definitely builds that play Yorion. Personally, when you're playing a card like Bring to Light, I don't want to add 20 cards to my deck. So I went with a non-Yorion build, but there's definitely debate there.
Could just add one to the main if you're playing Bring to Light, and that kind of solves it. But there doesn't seem like there's enough things to blink. It kind of felt like Yorion in the Sultai deck that I was just playing, where, we didn't see it leave Exile. That's because I truly didn't need it, but it never really was something where the value would have been awesome.
You'd probably play Oath of Nissa in a Yorion build.
Yeah.
Seems fine in the deck. You're playing some Planeswalkers. It can help you cast them more easily.
Yeah, but it just seems okay. Not anything special.
You don't need another Niv Mizzet trigger.
Agreed.
The first one's good enough.
Agreed. It is an Azorius card to get off Niv Mizzet, Yorion a Niv Mizzet is absurd. That is a fact, but
I'm going to keep this hand.
Ugh, I can't keep this one. 1 lander, good cards.
Three.
Just skipping 5, huh? That is bold, my man. That is bold. All right, so we'll ship this one back. Hope to get some more lands.
I'm only into 3 last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you win?
I was playing Dredge. I did not win.
But did you try?
I did try.
Hey, that's half the battle there, bud.
Really needed a 4th card so I could cast my Cathartic Reunion a turn earlier, but
yeah,
I was on 3.
You mulled to 3 on the basketball court Monday as well by hurting your back. That was the equivalent.
I won a game.
Yeah, that's true.
Scored some points.
Yeah, I was mostly kidding.
From the ground.
Yeah. Ross played on his back, so we just lobbed passes down to him while he was laying in the fetal position.
This may come as a shock to everyone at home, but I don't have much verticality. And with the back injury...
Wait, pause for gas.
It became 0 verticality.
Pause for the gas.
They sent me a cross-court pass that was, I would have to jump to get over my head, and I just could not do it. I just got to watch it sail.
Well, my fiance has some good defense, so I had to throw it high. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put one of these lands to the bottom and hope for the best.
I am going to go to 16 to Watery Grave and Thoughtseize.
All right, I got cards. None of them are particularly great.
I will select the Narset.
Parter of coming back later with Elspeth Conqueror's Death.
That's the turn.
All right, you're at 16.
Yep.
Your go.
I will go to 14 and play a Sylvan Carry at it.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Oops. Screwing that up. Okay, pass to you. Yes. Quite shallow and pedantic.
I will play an Uro.
Okay.
Go to 17.
Yep.
Put this land into play.
To 17? Okay, yep.
And then I'll play Voice of Resurgence.
Okay, hate that card, but it resolves.
No censor, thank God. Pass the turn.
End step, charm, draw a card.
Yep. Oh, but you can try my Voice of Resurgence.
I know, I totally could. Wow, we're in trouble. Well, I forgot I got to act during my turn.
It's a nice little curve. Thoughtseize into Caryatid into Uropo's Voice.
And I'm just drawing charms, the cards I barely want in my deck. And I'll play a land and pass to you. I'm afraid.
Don't have to be particularly afraid.
Okay.
I will attack for 2.
18.
I will play a Teferi.
Okay.
And don't think you can exile this with anything. You're 2 mana away from Big Teferi and ECD. But I do just want.
I'm never triggering your voice now.
Yeah.
Got him.
Oops. I'm just gonna get.
Yeah, likely a choice that doesn't matter whatsoever. But yeah, it's definitely worth thinking about.
I'll just draw my card.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
I will untap. Play this. Well, no real great options for us, that's for show. Oh boy. You have all your colors of mana. Yeah, I think the best thing I can do is say go.
I will plus this.
Okay.
I will attack for 2.
16.
And I will pass the turn. Hold on.
Okay.
You don't have a shark on your upkeep.
Okay.
Let's get a forest. Yeah, let's go forest.
Okay.
Rakdos is return you for 5.
Oh, that seems pretty good.
I thought so.
All right. I don't have a hand now.
And you're at 11.
All right. Fun.
Now you can draw.
All right. Cool. Your go.
And now the castle is active.
Yeah. All right, Shaheen, it's me and you against the world. Where are we at? Oh, nice. We don't have Shaheens.
The commander guys have them all.
Hey, smart. I got some 1/1 tokens. They will work.
Okay, plus that Teferi.
Okay.
Uro, go to 20.
Okay. Yeah, that was a nice one of Rakdos return there, buddy.
Play a Nicol Bolas, so you have to discard.
I'll discard.
And attack for 2.
Old. I would like to make a token. All right, and then I'll take it. I got these. They'll have to work. Close
so
enough.
You're going to go to 9.
Yep.
I'm at 20. And you can go.
All right. Anyone's game. You went through all my resources already, so that was bad luck. All right, I'm done.
I'm going to transform this Nicol Bolas.
Yeah.
I've also got a Niv Mizzet.
That seems good. That seems quite strong. All right, I'm going to make those changes that I was suggesting. Also, I'm pretty unsure. Gus still seems fine.
We went from a game where I resolved none of my spells to a game where I resolved every single one of them.
Yes, exactly. And they were all backbreaking. All right, I think I'm actually going to leave in 2 Supreme Verdicts, but I am going to take out the 2 Charms, and I'm going to bring in some of the other decent cards to play proactively, including Narset, and then I'm interested in Dream Trawler or Dovin's Veto. I'm going to bring in a Dream Trawler. Dream Trawler could be really good in this matchup, actually.
Now I'll bring in my Angrass Rampage.
Yes, bring it on.
Will not be a bad card to have in this deck sideboard.
No, it's not bad. Yeah, Dreamy Tea, one heck of a magic card when it resolves. And honestly, I could see a world where it should be in the main too, but you want to make your dig through times as good as possible for the game one, I think, which I think is smart. Because then some hate can come in, lanterns or whatever people may be trying to do, and make that card worse, and then maybe you trim on it and stuff like that. But
yeah, unlike standard, the Pioneer Azorius control deck is very good at operating at instant speed. And if you are very good at that, that's what you would prefer to do as a control deck, because then you always get to react to what your opponent's doing rather than ever have to just tap out and pray.
Yeah. Well, regardless, this is going to be the final game for the marbles. You can't say we haven't had some close matches this week, though. If we were always coming down to one game, so that is exciting. There'll be no ties.
Maybe this game I'll resolve somewhere between 0 and all of my spells. It'll be interesting.
Let's go with 1. I'll allow 1, but then we'll keep it on that.
Okay, that 1 will be Niv Mizzet.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't revolve anything you flip off it, that's cool. All right, yeah, I got absolutely destroyed that game, so it wasn't very close. All right, a keepable hand. I'll try it. It's not great, but
I will also keep my hand.
I will play land go. Yeah, actually, no. Yeah.
Indatha Triumph.
All right.
That's the turn.
Land go.
Thought sees you.
I'll censor it.
Okay. Zagoth Triumph.
Okay.
That's the turn.
Triumph Fest. What to do now? Your go.
Rootbound Crag.
All right.
Both my lands are forests.
The gang's all there.
That's the turn.
All right. I'm going to go with field and pass to you.
End step, cycle Indatha Triumph.
Okay.
As long as I'm making land drops, there's no real reason for me to play into counter spells.
Makes sense.
Woodland Cemetery.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
End step, I'm going to field your... Yeah, field that land.
I will get a Plains.
Okay. Yeah, you do have every basic, so it doesn't matter too much. But try to make your sacks as awkward as possible. Okay. Untap. Draw. And I'm going to play a land. And play a Teferi.
Sure.
Okay, I'll tick. I'm actually going to draw my card as well, get some value. Just in case if you have something to kill it with, then I feel silly if I don't want to protect it.
I will play Voice of Resurgence and punish you for minusing that fairy.
All right, I'll gust that.
Yeah, it can go on top.
Okay.
And then I'll play my own fairy.
All right.
Taking a point of damage, go to 19.
Okay.
And I will draw with mine as well.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap, draw, tick up. Yeah, Teferi's a problem, that's for show. I'm gonna play a Fabled Passage. And
The four-in-hander?
Yep. It's close. But I think it's maybe even not that close. I'll just ECD that and pass to you.
Thought that might be the case. Let's crack Fable Passage.
Okay.
And guess I will get a forest. Yeah. Green, red, white, blue, black.
Dun, dun, dun. It's nib time. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to be the case, but Teferi is just such a problem. I'm going to have to deal with it eventually, so yeah, here we are.
Yeah, let's bite the bullet. Okay, there's the new
Spin.
10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Loving it.
6, 7, 8.
Okay.
9, 10.
Hey, you get one card, but you gotta choose between your two hits. Love it. Love it. All right, all done. I think I want to sack here. Okay. Untap. Draw. Chapter 2. Got another field. I'm going to tick this up. No real point on acting right now. Figure out what you do first, so I'll pass to you.
I will start this turn by... Maybe I don't want to do that. The awkward thing is that the ECD is just going to return the Teferi, so you just have a Teferi on 4 instead of a Teferi on 3. So I will attack you for 6.
14. Good play. Good play.
And then I will play a Voice of Resurgence.
Okay.
And I will play an Uro.
Okay.
I go to 22.
Yep.
I'll put Stomping Ground on the battlefield. I'll play Island as my land for turn.
Okay.
And I will then pass. See if I get Supreme Verdicted.
Yeah. End step verdict.
It's unfortunate. So I get my token, then it dies.
Yep.
And I get another token.
And then also dig. Dig, dig, dig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, want some gas here. Not a very good dig, but we only really have 2 hits since these are 5 lands. All right. Well, it's unfortunate. Not the worst of cards, but not great. So we'll go to draw. Unfortunately, wasting ECD here. That's why I was very reluctant to use it. But not much we could have really done. So let's get that out of there. So if I just don't use Teferi to kill the elemental is going to poke it for a while. You don't have a ton of counter magic to throw back at me, so the static isn't that important, like Ross alluded to before. It's not that important of a card in the matchup. It's already gotten a decent amount of value, so I think I should consider that a win. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I draw it to Teferi, I could still cast it. So we'll start with an opt. Don't want a Supreme Verdict. Put that at the bottom. All right, let's bounce this. Draw. All right, let's opt. Yeah, I suppose I'll keep that one. And then I will play a land tapped and pass to you. Oops.
Four in hand?
4, yep.
Can't really effectively double spell this turn. So I think I'm just going to jam this and start trying to whittle down Corey to essentially nothing. So Rakdos is returned for 4.
Not in love with that. Okay. You haven't played a land?
Correct.
All right. I'll absorb.
You go to 17.
Yep.
I will go to 21 and play it carry added.
Okay.
And pass.
All right. Tap. Draw. Highly doubt this is going to have any value, so I think I'd rather try to find like it's a fairy cycle. Same reason for this sensor I just drew. Land. Could use this field, but it really doesn't matter. I cannot shut you off any color, so maybe we'll leave that for any Teferi tucking. So I'll pass to you.
Green, green, blue, blue.
That sounds like an arrow.
Escape this arrow.
Yep, that resolves.
I will gain 3 to 24.
Yep.
And let's put this Rogren Triumph onto the battlefield.
Okay.
And
not cycling that is interesting.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
Once I've resolved the threat, there's no point in me extending more into potential counterspell.
All right, untap. Draw.
I suspect there is an ECD sitting here, ready to take out this Uro.
Yep. You have suspected correctly, and then I'll pass to you.
And we'll cycle Ketria Triome on the unstep.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That was a great draw.
Okay, I'm scared.
I will play Voice of Resurgence.
I hate that card. Yeah, it's just almost always just a must counter. I don't.
Especially because I know your other verdict is on the bottom of your deck.
Yeah. All right, I'll absorb it.
Brings you to 20, or brings you to 20.
Yep.
So 24 to 20. Play Swamp for turn. Green, blue, black, red, white.
Uh-oh.
And cast a Bring to Light with 5 colors and mana to pay for Mystical Dispute.
You got it. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if your Niv Mizzet is as good as last time.
Yeah. Hopefully we hit a little bit better this time.
Yep. Yeah, not much I could do about that. I had the Absorb ready for it, but what do I do? Just leave you a Voice of Resurgence, then counter that? Then you have those 2 creatures. I think that's still just as bad for me, if not worse. So I think I just have to hope for some bad spins, and yeah, not looking great, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, previous turn I had Uro Bring to Light to overload 1 counter spell, but once the Uro resolves, then I don't want to play the Bring to Light into a counter spell.
Yep.
And I drew 2 Triumphs. I played 1 to get to a 10th mana, so if I drew another 5-drop, I could double spell still, cycled the other one, hit the voice.
Yeah, I just mostly wanted you to play something so I could get an ECD target, so I didn't even want to counter that. And I figure Uro is one of the best things to ECD to get that version out of there.
For sure. Well, we're already doing better than last time.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, I guess now I definitely regret doing this because I would have just been able... You still get the cards that scare me.
Yeah. Only hit 3, but there are 3 excellent cards here, so...
Yep.
I will gladly take it, and...
Which one of your unbeatable spells do you want to hurt me with?
I believe I will be casting the Voice first, just because you can dispute the Teferi.
Okay. Seems reasonable.
So, no reason to take a point. Play Voice off the Caryatid.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, I'm in trouble. All right, we will draw.
So many lands.
Pick this up. That was actually a really good draw. What else do you have in hand again?
Bring to Light and Teferi.
Okay.
I do not know the other card. You have how many cards total?
3. Not a ton. I'm not feeling great about this one.
You're going to be able to bring back a Teferi with that?
Mm-hmm. All right. God, this just isn't even that good. Let's see. What can I do? Without that voice, this wasn't as bad, but that voice is just such an annoying card.
Yeah. So surprisingly really good card in this deck because it's good against both hyper-aggressive decks that are going underneath you and the control decks that are trying to sit on top of you.
Yeah.
So very nice to have a card that can play double duty in such a disparate matchups.
Totally agree with you. All right. I don't think it's great, but I got a Teferi. I think I just want to bounce Elspeth Conquers Death, kill Niv, but it's just still not that great of a play. What else am I doing? All right. I'll bounce this back. Yep. Exile it. Your go. You are under the ECD tax, though, at least. That's not the worst.
Yeah, that is true. So I will attack the Teferi.
It's dead.
And then I will... I've got 4. I've got 11 mana. I will play Teferi.
I'll dispute it.
I will pay 3.
Okay.
And I guess I will get my value and draw a card.
Okay.
You have 2 in hand now?
Yep.
Play Steam Vents tapped and pass the turn.
All right. That was an interesting draw. So close to being really good. So very close, but not quite. And I know just Bring to Light.
Just Bring to Light.
Okay.
Did you all forget a voice trigger?
Oh, yeah, when you disputed.
Oh. Yeah, totally did. Totally did.
Thanks, chat.
If I didn't dispute, could you still Bring to Light?
Yes.
You could have? Okay. That makes sense.
With a land drop.
Yep. All right. Even worse. Even worse.
Knew there was a reason I had this card in my deck.
Oh boy,
the card you've really been missing is a Shark Typhoon. I think if one of those like mid turns you'd made like a 3/3 Shark,
yeah,
it would have been just a very different game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Shark Typhoon does seem busted. Play Teferi, and I could like try to tuck the Time Reveler, or try to tuck like Voice, but like they both have to be dealt with. That's the problem. So I think I just have to draw a card, try to find something. I got a Narset. Try to find something. Got an op to try to find something. That's a something. All right. And untap 2 lands and pass to you.
Okay, so you can't make a blocker with a Shark Typhoon because you only have 2 mana untapped.
That I cannot.
That's good. I will plus this to Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
I will send the 3/3 at Narset and the 2/2 at you.
Okay.
Put you to 18.
18.
I will then play a Bring to Life, or yeah, I have to pay 2 more. Very true. That's fine.
Okay.
Pay 7 for this Bring to Light.
Yep.
I'm going to get a Nahiri.
Oh.
And exile the ECD.
Okay. Spicy.
And I will also Dreadbore the Teferi.
All right. That sounds horrible for me.
Paying the 2 more for the tax.
Okay.
I've dealt with all of Corey's things, and I will pass the turn.
My things? My things are my favorite. All right. Dreamy Tea, carry me home. I will play a land and then pass to you.
That is actually a card that can win this game.
Yeah, actually, I won't even play this land just to maybe discard it. Let's hope you don't have another Bring to Light, but aggressively doing that for Nahiri seems like you would.
Plus this.
Okay.
Plus here, pitching a Watery Grave.
Okay.
That's awkward, but I guess not a huge deal. I don't have a Bring to Light, but I did draw another Niv Mizzet.
That's the same. Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got a Nahiri, a Dreadbore, an Utter End, and a Voice of Resurgence.
That's pretty dang good. Yeah, the value of Niv Mizzet just took over, and Voice and Teferi being the cast and crew that allows you to do so. Quite scary.
Yep. And I have 2, 4, 6, 7 mana available here. I'm just going to play a Temple Garden tapped, and I guess I can play the Voice and actually get in there. Yeah, let's do that. Green, white, play Voice, attack for 5.
I'll take it. 13.
And then I'll play a tapped Temple Garden and pass.
All right, I'll hit your Steam Vents.
That is fine. I drew the mountain, so it's just strip mine.
Got some info on your hand. Not really going to matter here. I'm just so very dead. Untap, drop.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm dead. I can't even beat.
You used to have 3 counter spells?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, I'm going to just force this to
yeah,
tap.
you can tap
with
it
a
every
removal
turn.
spell,
Yep.
And
then just lethal.
Yeah, this is 15. Yeah.
So apparently we did mess up this game.
Huh?
You can't get Nahiri with Bring to Light.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't get Planeswalkers.
Well, then the marbles stay here.
I mean, just give me another Niv Mizzet, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still very far ahead in this game.
Yeah, I get to get back to Fairy or something.
Yeah,
get back
I
something.
would then wait on the Dreadbore until your draw steps. You got Baby Teferi back, but then I kill the big Teferi still.
Yeah,
Maybe you get Narset, actually.
The chances I still win the game, I mean, would be higher if we didn't get Nahiri there, but definitely not into into, even double digits of numbers more than likely. But yeah, I mean, the moral of the story is you're a cheater. We got ya.
This is something I've missed on Bring to Light all the time.
Yeah.
It's like with Fave Wishes, where I just never remember that I can't get creatures with Granted.
Yeah.
I just never remember that this card can't get Planeswalker.
I cast Bring to Light a lot on my stream when I'm playing just like Modern or something, and I'll be like talking through lines. I'll be like, okay, well, I mean, I could get to Fairy and bounce this, and sometimes I'll stream with a delay on tournaments, and I'll like think it out, and then I'll play Bring to Light, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I can't get that, and then in chat, after the delay, they're like, you can't get that card. What are you, stupid? And I'm like, yes, I am. No, I mean, reading cards is hard. We both succumbed to it plenty of times, but yeah, we'll give it to you. You win. Yeah. You're the Pioneer King.
Really impressive showing from the Niv Mizzet deck. You really saw the power of Voice of Resurgence. So having both Voice and Teferi, like a bunch of different ways to punish your counterspells, is really important. And
it's pretty hard for an Azorius control deck, outside of an insane draw, to beat turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Voice, turn 3 Teferi. Like, that seems really, really tough. And then, I mean, eventually you can sneak through. Of course, if I just get to, counter every single spell and don't allow you to get to that point, I'm going to win. And that is possible to do on the play, but it's not easy. It's not easy to have that kind of draw. So
yeah, you were able to do it in game 1 when I mulliganed and just didn't have, a very fast start you're able to set up.
Yep.
And it really, I mentioned it during the game, but you were missing the Shark Typhoon there in that third game. If you're able to, protect your Planeswalkers, attack my Planeswalkers, maybe even ambush the Voice in a certain spot if I get too aggressive with it, which I was doing, then you're in so much better shape there. I think a single Shark Typhoon really would have changed the dynamic of that game, and it looked like a blowout because I was just resolving my spells and always had Teferi Voice. But I really do think a single Shark there would have been a huge change to how that game played out.
And Shark Typhoon is not being played that much in Pioneer pre-bans because it's not a card you want against combo. But when we are playing these fair games where it can allow you to hit your land drops, when you're playing draw go against a lot of decks, which Azorius Control can switch it up and play more of a tap out style against certain matchups where that's applicable. But for the most part, you're incentivized to play draw go against a large majority of the field. So always having that option to restock or to play to the battlefield or counter something to protect yourself is a very cool thing. But one problem we've seen with Azorius Control, and we saw it here again, it does the same kind of thing. So it is pretty one-dimensional. So it's pretty easy to attack. And I mean, you played the cards that are good against the deck and were rewarded,
Yeah, it would be nice for you to have another flash threat, I think, in matchups like this, to be a secondary threat to supplement Shark Typhoon. Nightpack Ambusher would be the ideal, but you're not green. Maybe even something as simple as like Spectral Sailor.
Honestly, for me, when I was playing this deck, the only thing I was wishing is I had this one just like very big over the top effect, and the deck just doesn't have it. So what I'm thinking is taking the good elements from this deck, adding red, adding Fires and Luca, and being able to still not play creatures and just play Jeskai Luca, and I think you still get the good aspects from the Azorius Control deck. You get to play Sharks because not only is it already just a good card, but now you have synergies with the deck where it is something to sacrifice to it to bring Agent into play.
It's something to do with your lands. When you have Fires in play, it just works on every
Exactly.
level.
You don't get to play the tons of counter spells. That is the big difference. So it is a big change in the deck because Fire's counter spells are not a great combo, but you get to play the Teferis, you get to play the Narsets, and I do think those aspects are still very good, and you get to play Supreme Verdict. You don't get to play Dig, Opt, counter spells, and stuff like that, but I don't think those are necessarily insane.
Especially if everyone is playing a lot of anti-counter spell cards. If you're seeing a lot of Voices, Teferi's, Thoughtseizes out of other decks who are preparing for Azorius Control because it's been around in Pioneer for since the beginning, basically. Then you're going to want to go in a different direction and just have this powerful proactive game plan you can execute.
Yeah, and I just picture, there's a lot of good removals. So like -2 with Luca, Fatal Push and stuff interacts with everything, so that does seem something a little scary, but I just don't see a world where a Sultai deck, for instance, is going to beat me going to Fairy Time Reveler on 3, maybe keep it alive or whatever, Fires into anything, and then the next turn Luca into anything, steal your Uro or something. I don't see a world where the best deck could keep up with that. besides ripping your hand apart, prior to you getting that stuff down. But, the deck would play a lot of ways to draw cards and get you back to that point. So Jeskai Luka seems like the better Azorius kind of shell to fairy shell to me, but very limited experience with the new format. But that's just where my brain would go to give it a shot, maybe if I play an event this weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we are a little bit over time. So, Rob, you got some subs that we can thank, and we can thank some sponsors and head out of here.
Yeah. Archmagus Colin for 5 months. Matthew Blate, Official Mike TV for 4 months. Inferno Titan for 19 months. Mock Barishan for 15 months. Matt 324. Airborne 17th for 11 months. And Heptagon 24 gave out another 10 subs.
What? Heptagon just making it rain on Versus Live this week.
I mean, that's 20 gifted subs this week. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And that's 37 subs over these 2 shows, which means even outside of the 20 donated from very generous Heptagon 24, that's 17 subs from the rest of y'all. So
that is awesome. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. We appreciate it. Heptagon 24, a frequent flyer to Versus Live as well as my stream. So shout out, my friend. Appreciate you again. Thanks to everybody who supported us. If you want to support Star City Games in another way and get yourself some really cool things to boot, you can head over to starcitygames.com/join-premium. $7.99 will gain you exclusive content to some of our fantastic writers, as well as get you 5% off sealed products, 10% off singles, and then 15% off supplies. So go subscribe right now.
And especially subscribe if you're a fan of the Ultimate Guard line of supplies, which we use here on Versus Live, including their katana sleeves. And you will get 15% off of those with your premium subscription. It'll essentially pay for itself.
And if you want your back to be healed, just like Ross's back was healed, it was straight up because Karnock Gaming Chair. So head over to karnox.com/SCG and get these miracle chairs that, all right, maybe they don't heal your back, but they are very, very
comfy. Can we get a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah. These do not heal back, but they are super comfy. And you know what? They definitely don't make your back feel worse. That is for sure, because they are
been
some
sitting in this
chairs.
since Tuesday. I've been sitting in the chair for 48 hours.
Yeah, Ross hasn't left. He's like, why would I leave when my back is still feeling good? So use that affiliate link to get yourself 10% off one of these awesome gaming chairs.
Yes, and last but not least, we are sponsored by Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear here on Versus Live, head on over to coalesceapparel.shop, and if you use the gift code SCG, you will get 10% off of your purchase there.
Exactly, and I mean, these shirts just actually tell the truth, too. 80 is the new 60, so...
That's good to know. I like to know that I can still feel young at heart.
Exactly.
So I'm going to be 80 like next year.
Yes, that's exactly what it was applying to. Yes, so thank you so much to everybody who was watching. A couple things over the weekends. We do have Standard Championship Qualifier number 2, and this one's going to be exciting. Coverage is going to be on, which coverage has just been on point for these Star City Games events. It's been really fun to watch. I've been playing them all, so I've only been able to watch in between rounds, but it has been super fun. We got a brand new standard format where we are just going to see some awesome action. So if you haven't watched before because you just hated Teamer Reclamation mirrors, and let me tell you, I don't blame you, because they're rough. I was playing them, and that was enough. Watching them is another challenge, but now it is going to be a blast to watch, and it's even going to be more fun to play. So qualifiers are running all day today as well as tomorrow. If you want to get yourself qualified for the Saturday tournament and come battle against Versus Live bros here. The last one was taken down by Team BCW member Ely Cassis. So we're on the board as far as trophies, because I sure as heck did not get past the top 8. So
yeah, you're on the board as far as quarterfinal losses.
Yes, on that board many times, but I could not beat my quarterfinal match to save my life. I'm going to try to adjust that this weekend. No idea what I'm going to play, but we'll go to the drawing boards and see what's up. So next week, hopefully Tuesday, we'll maybe showcase some new standard decks. There's also plenty of ideas we can play. We'll play it by ear, and we will let you know. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. For Corey, Ross, and Rob, we will see you Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye-bye.